Imagine descending into a world so dark, so crushingly silent, that even the bravest explorers hesitate. A place where sunlight has never reached, where pressure can crush a submarine like paper, and where creatures exist that seem pulled from humanity's darkest nightmares. This is not science fiction. This is the Mariana Trench, 11,034 meters below the ocean surface. The most terrifying, mysterious, and unexplored regions of our planet await. Places that hold secrets older than time itself. For centuries, humanity has been fascinated by the ocean. We've mapped continents, flown into space, and discovered the tallest mountains, but the ocean depths remain a final frontier. Beneath the waves lies a realm of extreme darkness, crushing pressure, and alien landscapes that defy imagination. These are the places where science meets fear, where every descent into the abyss brings with it the possibility of discovering horrors that cannot be unseen. Tonight, we journey to the deepest, most terrifying places in the ocean, places few humans have ever glimpsed, and even few have survived to tell the tale. Before we plunge into the abyss, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications, so you never miss another journey into the unknown. Beneath the rolling waves of our oceans lies a world few have ever imagined, a realm so vast and desolate it defies comprehension. The abyssal plains stretch across the ocean floor like endless deserts of darkness, their sheer immensity both awe-inspiring and terrifying. Spanning thousands of square kilometers, these plains lie between 4,000 and 6,000 meters below the ocean surface, a depth where the sunlight of the surface world cannot penetrate, leaving everything bathed in perpetual night. To descend here is to enter a domain governed by extremes, crushing pressure, near-freezing temperatures, and a silence so profound that even the faintest sound seems amplified in the imagination. At first glance, the abyssal plains might appear deceptively calm. A uniform sheet of fine silk carpets the ocean floor, resembling sand frozen in time. But this deceptive tranquility conceals a dynamic and dangerous environment, a place where survival demands ingenuity and adaptation beyond human comprehension. Giant amphipods scuttle across the silt, their translucent bodies revealing muscular organs that ripple like ghostly shadows. Their eyes, adapted to the faintest flicker of light, gleam with an almost alien intelligence. Predators glide silently over the plains, moving with a grace that belies their size and ferocity, always alert to the slightest disturbance in the silt below. Hey, light has adapted in ways that seem impossible. Bioluminescent creatures, glowing fish, jellyfish, and even shrimp-like organisms cast faint, ethereal lights, creating a scene that seemed pulled from a nightmare or forgotten dream. These creatures do not rely on the sun for survival. Instead, they produce their own light, a haunting glow that illuminates the shadows just enough to hint at what lurks nearby. Every flicker and shimmer is a warning and an invitation. Life thrives here, but it is fragile, fleeting, and often deadly. The terrain of the abyssal plains is punctuated by sudden and terrifying anomalies. Hydrothermal vents, towering chimney-like structures, erupt clouds of superheated, mineral-rich water, creating localized oases of life in the otherwise barren plains. Around these vents, entire ecosystems flourish. Tube worms, clinging to the vents like alien stalagmites, feed off chemosynthetic bacteria, while blind crustaceans scuttle through the mineral-rich clouds, their movements almost frantic as they navigate this dangerous, boiling environment. These vents are both lifeblood and death trap. They sustain complex life forms, but their unpredictability can transform them into instruments of destruction. The ocean, here, is both nurturing and ruthless. Shipwrecks and human artifacts litter these ghostly plains, frozen in time under layers of silt. The remnants of centuries-old vessels lie half-buried, their skeletal frames twisted and corroded by the relentless pressures of the deep. Each wreck is a story waiting to be uncovered. A sudden storm, a navigational error, or a tragic collision may have doomed the crew. Now, these structures are being claimed by the ocean, inhabited by scavengers and predators that see the remains as banquet tables. Giant squids and other predatory creatures often patrol the ruins, their presence both eerie and haunting, a reminder that even in death, the ocean does not relinquish its hold. The abyssal plains are not static. Underwater landslides, caused by seismic activity or the collapse of underwater slopes, can bury entire ecosystems in seconds. Vast swaths of silt and rock can sweep across the plains, erasing life forms and artifacts alike, leaving behind a blank slate that slowly repopulates in the isolation of the deep. Currents, though subtle, move with persistence that shapes the landscape over millennia, sculpting the plains into rolling dunes and valleys, all invisible from the surface. The abyssal plains are alive in a way that humans can scarcely perceive. Their change is slow but inevitable, their effects profound. Even the smallest life forms here are extraordinary. Certain deep-sea fish have developed extendable jaws, capable of swallowing prey larger than themselves. Others are equipped with bioluminescent lures, dangling like tiny lanterns to attract unsuspecting victims. Predation in this realm is a constant, high-stakes gamble. Energy is scarce, food is rare, and survival demands relentless innovation. Every encounter is a matter of life or death, and evolution here has produced adaptations that seem almost supernatural. Despite its alien and hostile nature, the abyssal plains are a repository of knowledge, holding clues about Earth's geological history, evolution, and even climate change. Sediments contain microfossils that reveal the planet's past, while the mysterious structures and forms of life hint at secrets that humanity is only beginning to understand. But accessing this knowledge comes at a cost. Each expedition into the abyss is perilous. Submersibles are engineered to withstand immense pressure, yet even the most advanced designs are vulnerable. One miscalculation, a crack in the hull, a failing system, can transform an exploration into a graveyard. The abyssal plains, with their silent expanses and eerie inhabitants, challenge our perception of life and survival. They are a realm where human intuition fails, where the ordinary rules of existence are suspended, and where danger lurks in every shadow. Each descent into these plains brings with it the possibility of discovery or disaster. It is a world that is as captivating as it is horrifying, a place where the imagination of the surface world meets the relentless, unforgiving reality of the deep. In the ghostly silence of the abyssal plains, one realizes the true scale of the ocean's dominion. Humans are intruders here, brief visitors in a kingdom that has existed for millions of years, shaped by forces beyond comprehension. Every flicker of bioluminescence, every distant shadow, every buried wreck tells a story of survival, death, and relentless adaptation. And yet, for all its alien horrors, the abyssal plains beckon, promising secrets, mysteries, and encounters that can change our understanding of life itself. The abyssal plains are not just the ocean floor. They are its grave, its laboratory, and its cathedral. They are places of wonder, terror, and infinite mystery, waiting patiently for the few who dare to witness them. The Mariana Trench is the ocean's ultimate abyss, a chasm so deep it makes the highest mountains on Earth seem insignificant. Stretching over 2,500 kilometers through the western Pacific, its deepest point, the Challenger Deep, plunges to an unimaginable 11,034 meters below the ocean surface. To put this into perspective, if Mount Everest were placed at the bottom of the trench, its peak would still lie more than a kilometer beneath the waves. This is a world where pressure reaches more than 1,000 times out of the surface, capable of crushing any human-made structure not engineered with the utmost precision. It is a realm of extremes. Darkness so complete it is as if the universe itself is folded in upon itself, and temperatures hovering just above freezing, where even the most robust life must adapt in extraordinary ways. Descending into this abyss is an exercise in human courage, engineering, and endurance. Submersibles designed to survive these crushing depths resemble armored capsules more than vehicles, with titanium hulls built to withstand forces that would obliterate ordinary metal. The journey downward is slow, deliberate, and nerve-wracking. As the vessel plunges deeper, light from above fades into nothingness, replaced by an eternal black void. Outside the reinforced windows, there is nothing but darkness, a silence so profound that every creak, hum, and vibration inside the submersible seems magnified. The mind struggles to comprehend the scale of the emptiness, the sheer vastness of a place untouched by human presence. And yet, life persists, defying the odds in a world that should, by all rights, be inhospitable. The trench harbors some of the strangest and most alien creatures on the planet. Transparent fish drift like specters, their tubular eyes adapted to capture the faintest traces of bioluminescence. Blind shrimp scuttle along the seafloor, scavenging the rare organic particles that sink from the surface above. Snailfish hover effortlessly in the crushing depths, their gelatinous bodies resistant to the immense pressure. These adaptations are so specialized that many species could not survive even a few meters high in the ocean, making the trench one of the most isolated ecosystems on Earth. Predation in this extreme environment is both brutal and ingenious. Many creatures have evolved bioluminescent lures or extendable jaws to capture prey in the darkness. Even the largest predators are few, but their presence is felt everywhere. Robotic submersibles have captured footage of unknown creatures gliding silently. They're formed unlike anything documented in shallow waters. Each new sighting raises questions. How did these species evolve in such isolation? Are there even larger, unseen predators lurking in the depths? The trench is not merely a habitat. It is a trap. For explorers, one miscalculation can have fatal consequences. Currents, though slow, can shift suddenly, pushing submersibles toward jagged walls or steep underwater cliffs. The walls themselves are treacherous, with sharp outcrops that could easily puncture a hull. Many expeditions report a psychological toll. The unbroken darkness, extreme isolation, and crushing pressure test not only human engineering but human resilience. The Challenger Deep is a place where time seems irrelevant, where every moment is a delicate balance between survival and catastrophe. Despite the dangers, exploration continues. Robotic vehicles now probe the trench in ways humans cannot, capturing imagery and data that expand our understanding of life at the edge of existence. Hydrothermal vents dot the landscape, spewing mineral-rich water that sustains dense communities of extremophiles, organisms that thrive without sunlight. Tube worms cluster around the vents like living stalagmites, while shrimp, crabs, and other scavengers navigate the boiling clouds of chemicals. This ecosystem, completely independent of the sun, is a reminder of life's resilience and adaptability. The trench also holds a record of history, both natural and human. Deep-sea explorers have discovered remnants of shipwrecks, lost equipment, and other artifacts, seemingly swallowed by the ocean and preserved under extreme pressure. These relics provide a haunting glimpse into human attempt to conquer the depths, illustrating both ingenuity and vulnerability. Yet for every discovery, the trench retains countless mysteries. Enormous sonar anomalies suggest shapes too large to identify, slowly moving in the pitch-black waters, leaving scientists to wonder if unknown species, perhaps even ancient giants, still inhabit these depths. Perhaps the most terrifying aspect of the Mariana Trench is its sheer scale and isolation. Even the most sophisticated technology can explore only a fraction of its total expanse. The deeper you go, the less you understand. In a place so extreme, human intuition fails. What seems safe may conceal hazards. What appears empty may hide predators or unseen dangers. Every descent is a gamble, a journey into a world that has existed largely unchanged for millions of years. Yet fascination drives exploration. Each new discovery is a window into a world that challenges our understanding of biology, geology, and even physics. Giant amphipods, ethereal jellyfish, and bioluminescent predators populate this dark cathedral of the deep, each encounter a reminder that life endures where humans cannot. And though the trench is inhospitable, it is not devoid of wonder. The alien beauty of its ecosystems, the intricate adaptations of its inhabitants, and the haunting silence that pervades every meter reveal a world as mesmerizing as it is terrifying. In the Mariana Trench, the ocean shows its most uncompromising face. It is a place of extremes, extreme depth, extreme pressure, extreme isolation. It is a realm that tests human courage, engineering, and imagination. And in its inky darkness, the ocean whispers a warning. The deeper you go, the more you realize how little you know, and how insignificant we truly are in the face of Earth's greatest abyss. Exploring the trench is not just a journey into the ocean, it is a journey into the unknown itself. Every descent is a confrontation with the limits of human understanding. Every glimpse into the darkness a reminder of the mysteries that remain hidden, and every shadow a potential revelation, or a new nightmare waiting to unfold. Beneath the inky darkness of the deep ocean, beyond the ghostly abyssal plains and the crushing depths of the Mariana Trench, lie the remnant of worlds lost to time. Sunken cities and ancient ruins tell a story that is at once mesmerizing and horrifying, evidence of civilizations that once thrived, only to be claimed by the relentless tides. These underwater landscapes challenge everything we know about history, archaeology, and the natural world. In the silence of the ocean, the boundary between myth and reality begins to blur. One of the most haunting discoveries of modern exploration is the submerged city of Heraklion, near Egypt's Mediterranean coast. Once a bustling port, it vanished beneath the waves over 1,000 years ago. Today, its streets, temples, and statues lie intact, encrusted with coral and teeming with marine life. Columns rise from the seafloor like spectral sentinels, and statues of gods gaze blankly, their expressions frozen for eternity. In this eerie underwater world, time seems to have stopped. The human presence is absent, but life continues around these structures in strange, beautiful, and sometimes horrifying forms. At even greater depths, where pressure reaches life-threatening extremes, explorers have reported unusual formations that defy explanation. Massive stone blocks, arranged in geometric patterns, hint at structures built by intelligent beings. Some scientists speculate that these ruins may predate known human civilizations, suggesting that ancient societies may have mastered architecture in ways we have yet to understand. Every sonar image or submersible photograph evokes a sense of awe and dread, the idea that we may have glimpsed the remnants of worlds that humanity has long forgotten. These sunken cities are not merely archaeological curiosities, they are graveyards. As waves and currents reshape the seafloor, structures collapse, burying artifacts and skeletal remains in layers of silt. Occasionally, explorers uncover entire streets of stone, lined with remnants of life that vanished suddenly. The eerie silence of these submerged worlds is punctuated only by the creaking of corroded metal, the distant call of deep-sea creatures, and the occasional roar of shifting sediment. In these moments, the ocean feels alive, as if aware of every intruding human presence, patiently guarding its secrets. The ocean also preserves horrors beyond human history. In the shadowy depths, the skeletons of enormous, unknown creatures lie trapped in silt. Some of these beings are larger than the whales that roam the surface, their forms so alien that biologists hesitate to categorize them. Fossilized remains hint at species that existed millions of years ago, predators that dominated oceans long before humans walked the earth. These skeletons, partially covered by mineral deposits and marine life, evoke an almost supernatural sense of dread, a reminder that life in the deep is brutal, ancient, and indifferent to human curiosity. Even in the present day, strange phenomena continue to terrify those who venture into these depths. Bioluminescent flashes in complete darkness, unexplained sonar readings, and massive shadowy shapes moving just beyond the submersible lights have been documented repeatedly. Are these merely large, undiscovered species, or do they hint at something more intelligent, more terrifying? Explorers often report a disorienting sense of being watched, a chilling reminder that the deep ocean is not merely empty space, but a vast and intricate ecosystem where survival has honed life into forms beyond our imagination. The myths of ancient monsters and lost civilizations may not be purely legend. Tales from sailors and coastal societies speak of cities swallowed by the sea, enormous creatures dragging ships beneath the waves, and lights flickering in the darkness of the night sea. Modern exploration has revealed that some of these stories may be grounded in reality. Giant squids, enormous predatory fish, and bioluminescent creatures with previously unknown behaviors may well have inspired myths of krakens, sea serpents, and other monsters. Each discovery confirms that the ocean is a world where the extraordinary is ordinary and where legends may be rooted in truths we are only beginning to uncover. Sunken cities and deep-sea ruins also reveal the ocean's capacity for slow, inexorable destruction. Once towering structures crumble under immense pressure, slowly consumed by corrosion, marine life, and sediment. Streets vanish under shifting silt, and statues collapse under their own weight. The process is gradual yet relentless, a reminder that the ocean shapes history itself, erasing human achievements as if they were never there. Even the most advanced human technology cannot withstand the patient, crushing hand of the deep. Yet for all its horrors, there is beauty in the abyss. Sunken temples glimmer with bioluminescent life. Coral grows over stone columns in vivid colors, creating a surreal fusion of architecture and ecosystem. Predators and scavengers move like shadows across the ruins, each motion part of a delicate, deadly balance. In these extremes, life persists, evolves, and adapts, revealing both the resilience and ruthlessness of nature. The ocean's depths are final frontier, a place where history, mythology, and science converge in terrifying ways. Sunken cities, fossilized monsters, and alien life forms remind us that humanity is fleeting, that our stories are fragile, and that the world beneath the waves is governed by rules we are only beginning to understand. To explore these depths is to confront the unknown, to glimpse a world of wonders and horrors that has existed far longer than we have. As we rise from these ancient ruins, the darkness receding behind us, one thing becomes clear. The ocean is patient, vast, and merciless. Its secrets, its horrors, and its wonders wait silently, challenging our courage, our curiosity, and our very understanding of life itself. Humanity may venture ever deeper, but the ocean keeps its most terrifying mysteries well hidden, promising that every descent may reveal wonders, or horrors, beyond imagination. There comes a depth in the ocean where sunlight days not enter, a silent kingdom between 1,000 and 4,000 meters below the surface. Scientists call it bathypelagic, but to explorers, it is known as the Midnight Zone, a world beyond comprehension, where light dies and monsters awaken. Imagine drifting downward in a submersible. Above, the faint blue shimmer of the ocean fades until it's gone entirely. Around you, there's nothing, no color, no motion, no sound. The only light is the one you bring with you. Every beam, every flicker of electricity is swallowed instantly by the black. This is the true heart of the sea, a place untouched by time, invisible to the sun, and nearly unreachable by man. At these depths, darkness is not an absence, it's a force. It presses in from all sides, heavy and endless, a tangible weight that suffocates light itself. The pressure here is immense, nearly 400 times greater than on the surface. Every square inch of your vessel is tested, every sound amplified by the crushing water above. Even the hum of machinery feels alive, echoing in the liquid void. Yet, somehow, impossibly, life exists here, and it thrives. Welcome to the deep ocean's living nightmare, a place where evolution has twisted survival into art. The creatures here are unlike anything seen above. Their bodies are soft and transparent, adapted to the darkness and the pressure. Some are nearly invisible, blending into the void to hide from predators that glow with ghostly light. Others are monsters of the abyss, jaws filled with needle-like teeth, bioluminescent lures flickering like torches in the endless night. One of the most famous inhabitants of this world is the anglerfish. It's a grotesque marvel of evolution, its body round and bloated, its skin leathery, its teeth razor-sharp. From its forehead extends a glowing lure, a living light that dangles before its mouth, hypnotizing prey in the pitch black. When a smaller fish, drawn by curiosity or hunger, swims close enough, the anglerfish strikes, swallowing it whole in an explosion of darkness and blood. But the anglerfish is just one story among countless others. There's a vampire squid, a deep crimson creature with arms lined with spines and bioluminescent tips that flicker like dying embers. Despite its name, it's not a predator, but a scavenger, feeding on the marine snow, a rain of dead matter that drifts down from the world above. Every second, this organic snow falls silently into the abyss, feeding the unseen ecosystem below. Then there are the giant siphonophores, ethereal colonies stretching up to 50 meters long, longer than a blue whale, drifting like ghostly ribbons in the darkness. Each part of their body is a specialized creature, all working together as one entity, pulsing with faint light as they move through the eternal night. The Midnight Zone is not just strange, it's alien. It's as if evolution took a detour here, crafting life not in the image of what survived above, but in the image of fear itself. Creatures here use light not to see, but to hunt, hide, and deceive. It's a living ecosystem of shadows and flashes, a silent war fought entirely through the language of bioluminescence. Every flicker of blue or green could mean death. A small fish glowing to attract a mate might instead attract something much larger and far hungrier. Some creatures flash as a decoy, leaving behind a glowing cloud to distract predators. Others, like the cookie-cutter shark, use bioluminescence as camouflage, blending into the faint light from above to ambush prey from below. But beyond the eerie beauty, there is something deeply unsettling about this world. Cameras sent into these depths have recorded things that should not exist, strange shadows moving just beyond the light, shapes too large to identify. Some footage shows enormous silhouettes, longer than submarines, gliding silently past, leaving only a ripple in the darkness. Scientists call these unidentified deep-sea entities, temporary names for what can't yet be explained. But to those who've been down there, who watch these forms drift past their glass windows in total silence, the feeling is unmistakable. Something is watching back. It's easy to imagine why ancient sailors spoke of sea monsters, or leviathans that lurked in the dark. They may never have seen the midnight zone, but they felt its presence, the unknown beneath them, infinite and alive. In this lightless world, there are no landmarks, no horizons, no sense of up or down. The only reference point is a flickering light of your submersible. Everything else, the endless black, the ghostly creatures, the whisper of movement, becomes part of the same overwhelming void. Some explorers have described it as beautiful terror, an experience so otherworldly it borders on spiritual. Others never returned, their missions ending in silence, their vessels lost without trace. The ocean is vast, and the midnight zone does not forgive mistakes. But the most haunting thought of all is this: we've only explored a fraction of it. Scientists estimate that more than 80% of the ocean remains unmapped, unobserved, and unexplored, and most of that lies in the darkness of the midnight zone and below. Every year, new species are discovered, and with them, new questions. Why do some creatures appear in one location and vanish entirely from another? What causes the rhythmic deep-sea sounds that no known species can explain? And could there be ancient forms of life down here, survivors of eras long before humanity, unchanged for millions of years? Perhaps the answers lie waiting in the dark. Or perhaps they lie in wait for us. As your submersible drifts deeper, the instruments begin to tremble. Pressure gauges strain. The oxygen hisses quietly in the chamber. Outside, a flicker of blue light appears, then another, dozens, hundreds. An entire field of glowing organisms surrounds you, pulsing in perfect unison, as if welcoming you or warning you. In the midnight zone, life does not simply exist. It performs. It deceives. It thrives in a silence older than time. And as you stare into that living darkness, one truth becomes inescapable. We were never meant to see this world. The midnight zone is not part of the Earth we know. It's a separate kingdom, one that reminds us that the planet we thought we understood still hides realms of unearthly beauty and unimaginable horror. Where light dies, the monsters awaken. Below the midnight zone lies a world that almost defies human understanding, the Hadal Zone. It begins at depth of around 6,000 meters and plunges down to more than 11,000, into vast trenches, shadowed canyons, and sunless chasms that stretch deeper than Mount Everest is tall. Its name comes from Hades, the Greek god of the underworld, and for good reason. This is a world beyond death, a place so extreme that even the idea of life seems impossible. Down here, light has never existed, and pressure is so immense it would crush steel like glass. Every inch of space is filled with weight, nearly 8 tons pressing on every square inch. No human body could survive here. Even machines groan under the stress, their metal frames bending ever so slightly with every passing second. And yet, against all odds, life endures. Imagine drifting into a trench that seems to go on forever, a pit of endless black where no sound exists except for the hum of your submersible and the crackle of distant tectonic movement. Outside the glass, the world seems still. But look closer, and you will see it. Faint glimmers of movement, fragile forms drifting through the cold abyss. Hadal snailfish, translucent and ghostly, their bones dissolve to withstand the pressure. Amphipods, shrimp-like creatures the size of a human hand, scuttle across the mud like pale spirits. Their bodies shimmer faintly, as if reflecting the dim light of another world. These creatures are survivors of an impossible environment. They feed on the remains of the dead, the marine snow and carcasses that fall from above. Down here, death itself sustains life. Every cell, every movement, is a battle against a universe that wants to crush it. But what truly unsettles scientists is not the life they found, it's what lies beneath it. The Hadal Zone is home to the planet's deepest geological scars. The ocean trenches form where tectonic plates collide, and one slips beneath another. The most famous of these is the Mariana Trench, plunging 11,034 meters below the Pacific Ocean. Yet there are dozens more. The Tonga Trench, the Philippine Trench, the Kuro-Kamchatka Trench. Each one is a rift in the Earth crust, leading into the planet's dark heart. For decades, explorers have sent probes and cameras down these depths, hoping to understand what lies beneath the ocean floor. What they found has often raised more questions than answers. In some dives, instruments have picked up strange low-frequency sounds, rhythmic pulses that echo through the water, unlike any known creature or geological event. Some call them bloop sounds, though that term barely captures their eerie resonance. At first, scientists thought they were caused by icebergs breaking apart, but the patterns didn't match. The sounds were too deep, too structured, almost deliberate, as if something vast was stirring far below, beyond our reach. One expedition, in 2019, descended into the Mariana Trench with a state-of-the-art submersible. The explorers reported hearing metallic vibrations, echoing through the hull like the faint tolling of a bell. Then, without warning, the instrument began to fail, sonar flickered, lights dimmed. When they finally resurfaced, their equipment recorded a single line of data just before the black hat. Unidentified magnetic anomaly detected. Coincidence? Perhaps, but others aren't so sure. For centuries, sailors have spoken of the hungry deep, places in the ocean where ships vanished without trace, compasses spun wildly, and strange lights flickered beneath the waves. Science dismissed them as legends, but perhaps these stories are echoes of something ancient, something alive beneath the Earth's deepest wounds. The Hadal Zone is not merely an ecosystem, it is a memory. Every layer of its sediment holds fragments of time, the skeletons of prehistoric creatures, the wrecks of forgotten ships, even traces of human history long lost to the sea. Down here, everything is preserved. The pressure, the cold, and the darkness stop decay entirely. What sinks to the Hadal Zone never truly dies. And sometimes, what lies buried is not human. In 2021, Japanese researchers recovered fragments of unknown organic material from the Kuriil Trench. The samples contained structures resembling DNA, but not like any life form on Earth. Their conclusion was cautious. The material appears biologically derived, but origin undetermined. Others whispered another possibility, that the deep ocean, shielded from sunlight and mutation, might preserve ancient microbial lineages older than the continents themselves. If that's true, then the Hadal Zone is more than a graveyard. It's a cradle, one that has nurtured life since the dawn of time. Some scientists even speculate that the earliest forms of life on Earth may have begun in places just like this, hydrothermal vents in deep trenches, where heat and chemistry gave birth to the first cells. In a way, the Hadal Zone is both the planet's womb and its tomb, where life began and where it endlessly returns. But for all its mystery, the Hadal Zone remains hostile, alien, and deeply unsettling. Explorers often describe a feeling of presence, as if something unseen is observing them from the darkness. Instruments sometimes pick up faint electrical spikes, as though vast networks of living matter pulse just beyond the light. Some call it imagination, others instinct. But deep down, every diver knows the same truth. You are not alone in the abyss. The deeper we go, the more the lines between science and superstition blur. Some believe the trenches hold more than natural life, that they might conceal ancient ruins, the last remnants of civilization swallowed by the sea. After all, countless myths speak of cities lost to the depths: Atlantis, Lemuria, Mu. Could the deepest parts of the ocean be their resting place, or something even older? No one knows. Perhaps that's what makes it so terrifying and so beautiful. Because in the Hadal Zone, you can't see the world, you can only feel it. The pressure hums through your body. The darkness surrounds you completely. The earth itself groans and shifts beneath you. And somewhere in that black infinity, life stays, quiet, ancient, eternal. It's easy to think of the ocean as lifeless down here. But maybe it's the opposite. Maybe this is where life has always been waiting, hidden, patient, untouched by the chaos above. The Hadal Zone is a final threshold, the edge of everything we understand. It's the silence after the last echo, the stillness after time, a place that holds a memory of creation, and perhaps the promise of something yet to come. Because beneath the deepest trench, beyond the reach of any light or sound, the earth is still alive, breathing in slow rhythms, dreaming in the dark. And maybe, one day, when humanity dares to go just a little deeper, it won't be the ocean that we discover, but what's been waiting beneath it all along. And so, as we rise from the black depths of the Hadal Zone, one question refuses to fade. What if the ocean is not merely a part of our planet, but something far older, something alive, watching, waiting beneath the crust of time itself? We've mapped the stars above us, but not the darkness below. We've searched the heavens for signs of life, while the answers may have always been here, pulsing in the silent trenches, whispering through the cold currents, hidden in the deep where no light dares to reach. Perhaps the true secret of our origin, or our end, sleeps beneath the waves. And when the ocean finally decides to reveal what it's kept buried for millions of years, it may not be discovery that awaits us, but revelation, because the sea remembers everything. and some memories were never meant to surface. This was History Vault, and the next descent begins soon.